showing my rack setup on the truck that I just put together. I wanted the closing cover, and I also like having the small 6-inch racks on the back for the bikes. I do this when we go camping. When I'm not camping, I do take it off, so I wanted it to be pretty easy to put on and off. So with this setup, I ended up going with the Yakima T-Track, and I literally screwed that right into the bed rail. Now this is these are actually made for the top of a camper shell, but I figured it'd work. I saw a couple of videos where people had them on. I didn't really see anything where anyone put them on, so I figured I'd go for it. So this particular one pretty much goes from the front of the bed to the back is 60 inches long. I chose this one because I wanted the Peragon cover. So I wanted the hard tonneau cover, but you can't get like a backflip or something like that because this rack won't allow it to do the backflip. So you can either get the retracts, which is what I had on my last one, but with the retracts up here on the truck bed, like there's a huge box, and that pretty much takes it away from the truck bed. This Peragon cover, it folds into itself. I'm going to show you. Basically, there's a key here. You unlock it, and then basically it kind of accordions on itself, so you push down like that, and it creates the crease. And then you go to the back of the truck, and you simply get up so you can see it. It folds down into itself, and sits out of the way. Now the good thing is that you would say that also takes up the front of your truck, but in the corner there's a little quick release, and in about 1 minute you can take the entire thing out of there and you have your whole truck bed. The only limiting factor would be those bars that come down or whatnot. So I liked the Peragon, so I wanted some type of rack assembly that would work with that. So I figured I'd try this T-Track. So what I did is I drilled holes. It came with these screws that go in. Now the thing is that the screw has to be very shallow on the top for your Yakima T-bolt to go through. So it has to be a shallow head bolt. So I drilled these holes straight through, so every other one is a bolt with a lock nut and a washer on the bottom. And you can see it there. There's one there. And then every other one I did these sheet metal screws that I'm gonna show you after this. So literally it just screws through the bottom, and it's bolted. The Peragon cover is just bolted on like that, clamped to this rail here. It seemed to work pretty well. It's pretty waterproof, not 100%, but I don't need it to be 100%. So with that, so basically for the ease of installation and removal, like I said, well, every other bolt, so every other bolt is this bolt with the lock nut and washer on the bottom. Every other bolt is just, it's these lathe screws that also have a very shallow head, and this just goes, drilled the hole a little bit small, and this is just threaded straight through. But the end one, so these T-Tracks also have a cap on the end, which keep the T-Track from sliding in and out. So basically for me to put the T-Track on, all I got to do, Phillips head screw, come straight out, remove that out of the way, and then your Yakima T-bolts go all the way through. So these are actually Thule bolts. Thule and Yakima are all interchangeable. I went with them because it's what I found on Amazon. And I also went with this Go Rhino rack, 6-inch. This was like $380. It was also listed as T-Track, and it is, but it's not like your typical Yakima T-Track. This T-Track on this is much smaller, and I thought I was just going to be able to use this one, but it is way too big for what's inside there. So what I did there is I bought these ones, and then I took it and I ground it down to about that, and then that slides through. I was able to put these on. On top of that, I got the one-up bike racks that clamp on over the bars. I was hoping I was going to be able to use the other T-Track bolts, but I couldn't, so I had to do the around the bars setup here. These things have been great. I also have a Rocky mount through axle rack in the middle. So basically, to take this rack off, all I have to do is remove 8-10mm bolts. It'll pop right off. These T-Tracks will slide right out, and then I got my entire bed rail back, and it takes about 10 minutes. So I will provide all the links for everything that I bought on the bottom. Again, it's a Peragon cover, Go Rhino crossbars, and the Yakima T-Tracks and Thule bolts. So I don't know what the math is on that. I don't want to know, but you can do it if you want to. I did use this last weekend. We went camping, and both of the bikes were on top, and it did fine. It was great. I like the look, and we're good to go. Thanks for watching. There will be more.